All right, so we're gonna do a lot of fold over today, both for our thighs and our glutes, and finish with some ab work. So you're gonna make sure you've warmed up before this class, and you're gonna face the bar, come about an elbow's distance apart and hinge forward, okay? And then take one little step back. Make sure your hips are right over your heels. Your right toes are gonna come on the floor behind you. You're gonna bend your leg in half and flex your foot. And you're gonna keep that leg there. It's just relaxing, okay? You're working into your glutes, but it's okay if your leg drops a little bit. It doesn't have to be super high. And now your left knee's gonna do the work. You go down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. With your left leg only. Little down, little up, little down, little up. Now as you do this, you're gonna feel this work all in this left leg here. That's where you're gonna feel the majority of the work. Your right leg, while it's in the air, is just along for the ride. So it's kind of just hanging out. If you want to add a little press up with that right leg as you pulse down, you can do that to add a little more work. So that would look like this, down, up. But we're not working into our glute on this side yet. We're really working into our thigh on this leg. Now just pulse quickly, pulse down, and down, and down, and down. Option releve on that foot. You're almost done with this set already. Shoulders are relaxed. Try and get those hips to face the ground. But in this position, since we're really just working this thigh, it's okay if that leg is not, if your hip is open, if your leg is coming toward the ground, all that stuff is totally fine. Last 10 counts. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quickly switch legs. Leg comes up, bend your right knee down an inch, up an inch. Left leg's in the air, up. Little down, little up. Little down, little up, little down. Little down, to the press up with your left heel. Again, that would work into this glute, okay? Now it's your leg that is on the ground that is working. You're gonna feel all that work coming into your thigh. A little bit of a cardio boost here because you're having one leg support the weight of your entire body. We'll do fold over for our seat set also, so you're kind of seeing what that position is gonna look like for our glutes later on. A little faster, pulse, and pulse. Pulse, pulse, you're almost done, pulse. Pulse. Option releve on that standing foot. If you take that option, make sure you're not locking out this leg at all. It's completely bent the entire time. If anything, you want to bend it more. Come to your lowest point. It's okay if your left leg falls. It's okay if it's down here. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's come into a wide second. Pulse, down with a hold. Down, hold. So you're in a wide second position. Your knees should be right over your heels. Shoulder blades are pulled back. Down, hold. Knees over heels. We don't want our knees over our toes. And I'll see this sometimes where people's legs are just not far enough apart at all. So really look for that form. And now press into the outer edge of your foot. You should be able to wiggle your big toe. That's gonna let you know you're putting work into your outer glutes here. A little faster. Pulse, pulse. Shoulder blades are pulled back. Now look at that grip that's on your support. It should be light. You shouldn't be holding on with a death grip. That wrist should be slightly in front of you, and you're about an elbow's distance from the bar. Let's do that whole thing on releve. Down and up. Down, hold. Down, hold. Knees are still over heels. So see how this knee is a little closer than my heel? I'm just gonna walk that a little closer so I get that perfect form. Down, hold. Down, hold. Shoulder blades are pulled back, belly's pulled in. Now you want to be on the balls of your feet. Unless you have any heel, ankle injuries, knee injuries, if it hurts, just flatten that foot again. Do the same set on flat feet. The option to come on to releve is exactly that. It's just an option, a little faster. Pulse, pulse. Inhale, exhale. You're almost done. Shoulders are over hips. Pulse, pulse. Inhaling, exhaling. Elbows loose. Shoulder blades are pulled back. 10, 9 and a hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now hold it here. If you can drop 5 inches, drop 5 inches for your last 10 counts. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shake it out. We're going to finish in a wide V. Heels together, toes apart. Come high into the balls of your feet. Bend your knees. And then you're gonna make sure those heels are touching like you're holding a playing card between them. It's down for 3, big up for 1. So it's down, 2, 3, big up. Down, 2, 3, big up. So you know you're going super low in this position, so I want you to be really brave. But what you're not doing is this, okay? We're not bending over in order to get low. So if you can get low here, but you're like this, not gonna work the muscles as efficiently. So try and sit up straight even if you come up a little bit less. Now hold it in your halfway position, down hold, down hold, down hold. Last set for all of thigh work today, down hold. Now perfect world, your knees here are as wide as from your hips to your heels, so that it looks more like a diamond than that, right? So you want it to look like a diamond more than an oval. Go down an inch, up an inch, down and up. You're almost done. I know you're shaking. Press those heels together. Shoulder blades are pulled back. Little down, little up, little down, little up. 5, relax the shoulders. 4, it's 3, 2, faster pulses. Here we go. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Couple things to check. If you have a mirror, you can see yourself or feel where your body is. We want to make sure we're not doing this. We want to make sure we're not doing this, okay? This is our upper back trying to help us. Lower back trying to help you. Everything's trying to help your thighs. And then make sure you're not squeezing your glutes. Relax your glutes, relax your calves. Try not to feel any of the tension creep up anywhere except in your thighs. 20 more. You hold 10 counts to finish. Pulse down and down and down. Relax that grip in your waist as well. Your hip grip on the bar is relaxed. Shoulder blades are pulled back. 10 and a hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold here, 10 counts. Drop an inch. 10, 9, 8, another inch. 7, 6, 5, drop an inch. 3, 2, and 1, release. Face your support, grab onto your right foot, bend your left knee, tuck your hips under. Feel that deep stretch coming as you tuck under. Inhale, exhale. Breathe out. Switch sides. Hold on to your foot, bend your knee, tuck your hips under. Don't lean forward, don't lean back. Shoulders are right over your hips. Inhale, exhale. Quick stretch on your knees. You're gonna bring your knees apart, your toes together, and then you're gonna have a seat on your heels. If you can't come to your heels, that's fine, stay up here. Otherwise, bring your seat down, bring your fingertips behind you, and lift your seat off your heels now. Okay, you're gonna feel a stretch down the front of your quads. Now I'm gonna offer some options. If any of these options feel like too much, stay here or stay right here. One option, right arm up. Hip goes up to the ceiling, deep stretch there. Front of this right hip. Try and look behind you. Let that arm feel heavy. Come back to center, switch sides. Just like that. Again, if that's too much, stay here. Just lifting those hips up. If you took that hand option, come back down, meet us here. Tuck those hips up. So squeeze your glutes, hips tuck up. And then release, bring those knees together and roll back up. Let's do fold over at the bar. So walk up to the bar, same position. This time we're gonna work your leg that's in the air. So you're gonna hinge forward. If you have the space, you have the support, you can make those arms nice and long here. Just whatever you do, make sure your hips are right over your heels. Depending on your arm position, you could be really close. Any back injuries, you can come right up here and just hinge forward like this, resting your support, arms in your support. Right toes go directly behind you with a strong pointed toe. So point those right toes directly behind you. And you're going to bench stretch, pulse up, and up. Bench stretch, pulse up, nice. Stretch, and up. Bench stretch, pulse up. Bench stretch, pulse up. Shoulders are relaxed. Shoulders face the ground, and hips face the ground. So there's a tendency to open this hip up like this. That's your back trying to help you. It takes the weight off the standing leg, so I know the standing leg is burning. It has a soft bend in it. We're not adding anything to it. This is our seat work. We already did our thigh work, so thigh work is done. You can table that. We're not gonna work specifically on our thighs again, but this is a workout for your thighs. Just bench stretch, stretch, and stretch. This works into your hamstring a little bit. Let's flex that foot. Bench stretch, bench stretch, bench stretch. Shoulders are pulled back, belly's pulled in. Now try not to sink into your left hip here. Shift the weight over to your right. If you have a support where you can kind of manipulate how you're holding onto it, you can take an underhand grip, overhand grip, kind of mix those up. And make sure you can wiggle your toes. You don't want to be on your toes here, so make sure you can wiggle your toes. And then shift the weight to the instep of your foot that's on the ground. Pulse up to finish with a pointed toe. Pulse up, and up, and up, and up. Hips are square, belly's in. I don't like to do super long fold over sets. I feel like you just get too tired to do them efficiently. So focus here, last 30, squeezing that glute to lift your leg. So instead of lifting up with your leg, squeeze your glute up and up. You got it. Up and up, up and up. Does not matter how high your leg is. It matters if your hips are in the right form. So if my hips are open and my leg's up here, that's worse than if my hips are closed and my leg's down here. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shake it out. Let's go right into the other side. Then stretch, pulse up, then stretch, pulse up. Now modification, you can come to the bar, hinge forward, rest your arms on it. Extend your leg behind you, then stretch, pulse up, just like that. Right, that's one modification. You can also do the whole set on your hands and knees. So same set, then stretch, pulse up, then stretch, pulse up. Lots of options. If you want it to be harder and you have something that you can kind of pull against like a countertop dresser, you could come with those arms almost completely straight and pull away from the bar. That's going to put a lot more work into your right leg. Just bench stretch with a flex foot. So flex that foot, bench stretch, bench stretch, bench stretch, bench stretch. We're working the center of your glute right now. We'll work the corner of your seat next. So right now, focus in on just working the center of your seat here. Don't think of opening up your hip. Keep it close to the ground. Try and relax those shoulders also. Inhaling and exhaling. Trying to breathe. 20 more bench stretches, working into that hamstring. Stretch and stretch. Toes should face the ground. Okay, try not to sink into this right hip. Try and pull out of it and shift your weight over to the left. Weight is in the insole of your right foot. Now point that toe, pulse up to finish. Pulse up, up. Hips are square. Now send your gaze right underneath the line of your wrist. So think of where your wrist, if there was an imaginary line to the ground, that's where you're going to send your gaze here. So send that gaze right down. You don't want to be looking at your toes or your belly button. Now try and relax those shoulders. Pull your shoulder blades back. Pull your belly in. I know there's like 12 things to think about. You're almost done. Last 20. Option releve, standing foot. And up and up. Some days you can't do that. That's totally fine. Sometimes you're so tired from that thigh work, your leg literally can't lift itself again. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shake it out. And then come down onto your mat. Cross your legs in a lotus position. So bring your left ankle over your right thigh. Take a deep inhale. Fingertips come behind you. Exhale. Straighten up that spine now. Pull those shoulder blades back and hinge forward at your hips, not your waist. Hips. So press into your fingertips. Some of you can bring those hands forward. Taking a deeper stretch here. Getting into the corner of your seat, little stretch. Roll on up. You're going to switch sides. Right ankle over left. Just like that. If you have distance here, don't worry about it. Keep the distance, not a big deal. Fingertips behind you. Exhale. Shoulder blades pull back. Hinge forward at your hips. Option hands come in front. Deeper stretch. That's too much. Stay back here. And as you do this, pull back on your hips as you press forward with your chest here. Open shoulders. You're going to get that oppositional stretch. You're going to create some nice resistance there. Sometimes gets you a better stretch than hinging forward. Now you're going to keep your left leg where your lid is. You're just going to bring your right leg behind you. We're going to go into a really quick set of pretzel here to work the corner of our seat. So your left heel is in line with your knee, your left knee is in line with your hip, and your right knee is behind you. Now, if you did a quick karate chop like this, your knee would be behind your waving hand, okay? You're gonna take both hands outside of your right knee. They're in line with each other. You're gonna lift your right leg off the ground. You're gonna flex your foot, kick your heel in. I'll come into a different position so you can see what that looks like. You're kicking your heel in. We're gonna add a little up and then finish with ups. It's a short set for pretzel here, so if you want to take a challenge, instead of having both hands down, you could bring one hand into prayer, okay? Start with the right, maybe you want to do both. Now add a little pulse up, so it's kick in, pulse up, kick in, pulse up, in, and up. Try and relax those shoulders. There's a tendency to kind of start to look like a turtle here. You want to try and pull those shoulder blades down. Now if your leg doesn't come off the ground, but you can feel your leg working, you can feel your hamstring on the in, you can feel your leg try and lift, that's totally fine. Not everyone's leg's gonna be up here, and you'll notice the more I lean to my left, the more I can lift my leg. So sometimes up here, gonna work your obliques a little bit more. So you can feel free to keep that knee on the ground. Just pulse up, up. This is it already. So fast here. Super quick set of pretzel. It's your job to make it super efficient. Pull your shoulder blades back, pull your belly into your spine, up, flex foot, pull that heel in. Last 10 counts, you're done. In 9, 8, you can straighten that leg a little bit, make it really hard. For your last 3 counts here, 3, 2, and 1, release. Right foot over your left thigh. Both hips plant down. There's a tendency to kind of lift this hip up. Keep both hips down. Grab onto your shin, press your chest forward. Feel a deep stretch running right here, really, really tight. Twist over towards your right side. Left elbow comes to the outside of your left knee. Look over your shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Back to center. Again, inhale, exhale. And we're just going to switch sides. So your right foot's going to come in front, your left foot's going to come behind. Your right heel in line with knee in line with hip. Do that little karate chop. Make sure that your knee is behind your hand just a couple of inches. Hands come out to the right side. Left foot flexes. Pull your heel in and in and in. Again, like you're kicking your own butt is the motion. So it's a in, just like that. And if your knee is barely off the ground, that's totally fine. If your knee's on the ground, that's fine, but you don't want to feel like you're resting, okay? So if you want to keep your knee on the ground, I still want you to feel like your knee is up in the air. Just put some resistance as you try and lift that leg. And again, same options as before. Instead of leaning more to the right, maybe sit up a little straighter. Maybe you can bring that left hand into prayer for the entire set. Maybe both hands can come into prayer. And you can always do options variations. You can bring your hands down. You can bring it up and down. You could do variations. You don't have to take the whole option the whole time. Now you're going to add a little pulse up. So it's a kick in, pulse up. Kick in, pulse up. In, up. In, up. Now see how my hip is opening here? I want my hip to be square to the ground as if it was a headlight on a car and was facing my knee. So you almost want to try and overcorrect. You're not going to be able to because your right hip's going to stop you, but you're trying to send that hip forward. Sometimes it helps to bring your left hand to your hip and press it forward. And then bring that hand back down. Sometimes that kind of remind you to do that. And in class, sometimes I'll come behind you and actually squeeze yourself forward. Just pulse up here, up and up. Up, you're almost done. Okay, so any of those options you want to take now's a good time to take them because we're almost done with the set. Pretzel, when you know it's short and you can just kind of give it your all, is so efficient. Even if you only do it for about 90 seconds each side, you're really working into your glutes. Last 10 counts and you're done. Maybe extend that leg a little longer. 10, that just put more weight into your glute. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release. Let's take that same stretch. It's gonna feel really tight here. Might not even be able to get that foot down. Take your time. If you need more support, you can extend that bottom leg long, just like that. Sit up really straight, keep both hips on the ground. Twist over to the left, look over your shoulder. Grow taller even though you're twisting, so try not to collapse down. Think of your spine growing taller, like a string is pulling you up to the ceiling. Switch sides. Inhaling and exhaling. And then release. We're gonna come into our ab set now. This is the last part of all the class. So you're gonna come onto your forearms. You're gonna pull your belly into your spine. We're gonna do some lower leg ab work first. So your right leg's gonna come into tabletop. Your toes are gonna point to the ceiling. You're going to bend, stretch, pull it in. Bend, stretch, tuck, stretch, squeeze, stretch, in. So when I say in, it's these lower abs right here that are squeezing in. There's a couple of ways for you to get there. Maybe you can think of tucking. Maybe you can think of squeezing your glutes. But the idea is you want to think of actually squeezing that lower ab muscle. So the reason your leg comes in is because you're squeezing that ab. And then there's a little bit of weight on it. The bend, stretch gets a little more weight on that ab, also works into your quad, so it's like a bonus quad workout. Then stretch this out here, so just stretch, stretch. Now try and curl out of your shoulder, so instead of sinking in like this, curl out, look at your shirt, get some wrinkles in it. 10 more counts, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, quick reset, drop that leg, arch that back into position. Tabletop, toes point, pull in. Add an upper curl, in. All right, option here to bend that leg in half and do this in a tabletop position. You can hear my voice shake as I start to use my abs to drive the movement. So it's almost like you're a little clam and at both ends you're coming in. So top rib over bottom, okay? And then scooping out your belly, pulling those lower abs in, think squeeze. All right, so you're kind of like a lotus flower, just kind of closing, opening, tiny, in, and in. Last 10 counts, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, arch back, and switch legs. Left leg tabletop, left toes point to the ceiling. Bend, stretch, in, bend, stretch, curl, bend, stretch, curl. So part of this is how sharp can you be with your movements here. So it's really easy to kind of like flail around in bar. Here is a moment where I'm really asking you to be precise in your movement. So instead of just kind of letting your upper body hang, curl out of it, but don't move it. It's an isometric hold with your upper abs while you're adding your lower legs. Just bend, stretch, working into that quad. Bend, stretch, putting all that weight into your abs. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. Exhale on the stretch for 10, 9, 8, 7. Curl out of those shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. Release, arch that back. Back to position, leg and tabletop. Leg points to the ceiling. Pull in curl, upper body curl. If it helps, you can make your hands into fists. Curl your fists to your elbows. Press into those elbows. All right. Mind into muscle right now. You're thinking of 2 muscles, right? You're thinking of your abs, you're thinking of your core. Squeeze, squeeze. That matching of the muscle to your mind is going to increase the efficiency of your workout here. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, arch that back. Take that stretch. Inhale, exhale. Legs in tabletop. Little bicycles. Right, left, right. Now you add the tiniest curl, 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 curl. What I like about these bicycle crunches is by making the movement a little smaller, I think it's more efficient. You're not going to get as big of a cardio boost as when you're on your back doing these, but I think your form is more perfect, which is just going to make the workout more efficient. Keep going here. Curl, curl. Now a couple of things. That leg that's going out straight, if you can get it straight, that's going to work into your quad again. It's going to put more weight into your abs, so that's just a challenge for you. You can also try and not let your knees come in all the way like this. That's taking a full reset for your legs. Instead, stop, stop. For 10, 9, curl out of those shoulders. For 7, 6, you got this. It's 5, curl. For 4, 3, 2, last one, release. Lie down. Bring those legs into a tabletop position. Hold onto your thighs, thumbs on top, fingers behind. Give your neck a little rest. Look to the left. Look to the right. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, lift up your head, neck, and shoulders now. You're in a C position, so your body makes the letter C for the letter C. Your heels are in line with your knees. They're not up here, and they're not drooping, almost touching your glutes. Curl right and left, little curls, right, and left. Now look at your biceps. They're probably bulging. That's good. You want your biceps bulging. You want to use your arms to help hold your ab position, okay? So if you want to take one hand off, you can take one hand off. You can take both hands off. But if when you take those hands off, you drop here, now you're not in that ab position as much. What we want to do is hold ourselves in our ab position with our arms, not our shoulders. So try not to let the stretch come to our shoulders. And that way you're holding yourself up to challenge your abs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get our head a little break. Extend and bend those legs. Extend, bend. You can go diagonal. Extend, bend, extend, bend. Try not to bring your knees all the way in like this. That's a full break. You want to keep your knees over your hips, and then try not to let your back come off the mat. Pull your belly in. Last 3 here. Hold it out on 1, 10 counts. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring those toes right over your hips. Relax your shoulders. Lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. Fingertips come by your ankles. Curl right, left, right, and left. Okay, so now with our legs straight in the air, there's not as much to balance. So you're able to lift those shoulders off the mat yourself. Try and get them as high as they were when you were holding onto your thighs. Your legs are up in the air now, so there's nothing pulling you forward. All right, so curl up, curl out of those abs. Exhale as you do that. Even if you have to use some momentum to kind of jack yourself up, that's fine. Jerk yourself up, hold there, then curl right and left. Last 10 counts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into chest. Rock side to side. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep breathing. Take a quick happy baby stretch. Reach for the insoles of your feet. Rock side to side. Gentle stretch there. Press up toward the ceiling with your feet as you pull down with your hands. And then roll on up. Let's just finish with one more set of curls. So you're going to bring your feet hip distance apart and parallel. You're going to bring your thumbs on top of your thighs, your fingers behind, your elbows are going to pop out to the side. One more set of curl and you're done. Round down, elbows wide. Walk your feet a little closer. My chin is above my knees, okay? I'm in a high position here so I can let go and I don't completely fall over. If you let go and you fall over, you're probably too low. We don't want to be here, we want to be up here today. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, breathe off, hands off. Curl with a hold, curl, hold. Curl, hold. So that curl, top rib over bottom rib, almost like a jelly bean, is right here where your ribs meet, and you're curling over that jelly bean. That's what you want to be doing there, is curling over that jelly bean. And as you do that, you pull your belly in like a magnet is pulling your belly button to the mat beneath you. So you want to think about two movements here. You're curling and pulling in at the same time. Third movement would be scooping those hips under, and you would feel an isometric hold with your lower abs the entire time. So you're like literally scooped out. You're literally making a C shape, not a V shape, but that C shape extends all the way. It's not just with your upper body. Your lower body is curling in too. Hold back onto your thighs. Elbows stay wide. Inhale, exhale, and curl a little faster. Curl. Curl, hands off. Curl. Curl. Last thing, we're almost done. Curl, last position. Last thing in all of abs, we're going to lie down next and do some back dancing work to work on our glutes one more time, and then we stretch. Inhale, exhale. Keep breathing. Curl. Think of that shape, that C shape. Belly pulled in, hips tucked under, top rib over bottom rib, almost like you're getting smaller in your core. Sometimes I think of like a big weighted ball you're holding in your core, like a really heavy, like a 50-pound ball just sitting in your belly, and you're pulling in around it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold back on, elbows wide, belly in, hips tucked. Inhale, exhale. Last set. You're going to now hold your curl, and we're going to add arm movement to challenge that hold. So hold your curl, look at your shirt, get some wrinkles, top rib over bottom. Hands off, loose fist, little taps in the center. Tap, tap, tap. Now take that higher. Now what you're doing is you're asking your core to hold your upper abs in that position we started with. Not to release them, not to arch your back, not to let your shoulders drop, not to sink into your shoulders and become a turtle, and not to move your head like a chicken. You're asking your core to hold while you're doing these little taps, okay? So as you add the movement, you challenge your body to stay in that position. Now we're gonna bring that shape even higher for 10, 10, 9. Last set is you're gonna turn your palms to face behind you and press back for 30. Here we go. Press back, back. Feel all that weight in your abs. That's what you're feeling right now, is all that weight of your arms. It has shifted to your abs, and I want you to feel that weight in your abs. 20 more, you're almost done. Back, back, and back. You get to lie completely flat in 10 counts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lie completely flat. So extend your legs. Extend your arms above you. Arch your back, point your toes. Feel that deep stretch running through your abs. And then bring your hands down by your sides. Walk your feet, bend them in half, and walk them together like you have one leg. Come onto the balls of your feet, and then lift your seat off the ground, one fist. So bring one fist underneath you, and then bring that fist out to the side. Bring those palms to face the ceiling. Start to tuck with a hold. Tuck center with a hold, tuck, hold. Tuck, hold. So it's really important that you do not lift your seat more than a fist off the ground. We want to be working into your glutes, not your back right now. If you lift a lot higher, you're just putting all this weight into your shoulders, so your glutes have less to work with. This is another glute workout. This is called back dancing. It's just going to finish class and then we stretch. So right now, just tuck with a hold, tuck, hold. Now add a squeeze of your knees as you do this. So tuck, hold, squeeze. Tuck, hold, squeeze. Sometimes in class, I'll come around, I'll take my hands, I'll press them on your knees like this. Tuck, hold, squeeze. No one's there to do that for you. You have to do that for yourself now. Tuck, hold, squeeze. Tuck, hold, squeeze. So just try doing that. Tuck, hold, squeeze. Relaxing those shoulders. Tuck, hold, squeeze. Tuck, hold, squeeze. Tuck, hold, squeeze.
You can test that fist every single time that you feel like you've lost your form. And your palms should face the ceiling. I say that because I don't want you pressing into the ground with your hands. I want you relaxing your upper body. Now just squeeze your knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You have a stretch coming. Nice long stretch. Squeeze. Squeeze your knees together. Feel those calves engage for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We're going to switch positions. We're going to come wider than our mat with our feet. In 3, 2, lower your seat, walk your feet wide, lift those hips up, test that distance, and tuck, hold to the center. Tuck, hold. Feel as inner thighs stretch out a little bit. Relax those palms. Now tuck, hold, press knees out. Tuck, press, tuck, press. So you're pressing your knees out to the side, working into our outer glutes, and back. Tuck, and back. Tuck, and back. Tuck, and back. Now the tuck is really a squeeze of your glute right here. So I want you to think squeeze, press back. Squeeze. Now if you can press your knees back more than like a 1/4 of an inch, probably could walk your feet wider. Tuck, press back. Tuck, just press back here, press back, back. You want to stay in the set about 2 minutes just to sort of get any real efficiency of a workout. I want your seat to feel like it's on fire, like you can't do another minute of this. That's how you should feel at the end of every single set we do, that I can't do anything more. I've given all that I can give. Relax those hands into the ground, relax your back. Try not to press into your back to make this happen. We're going to finish with big full range. So we go up, down, up. Untuck as you hit the mat to get a little more into your glutes. It gives it more to tuck. Tuck, tuck, and tuck. Last 10 counts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and a hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold here for 10, 9, 8. Squeeze those glutes. Every count, squeeze harder for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Heads relaxed. Extend your left leg long. Keep your right knee in. Take that stretch. And then switch sides. Left knee in, right leg long. Pulling that knee toward your left shoulder, taking that nice stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. And then bring both knees into your chest. You're going to do a little sacrum circle. So just make a little circle on the ceiling with your knees. One way. Switch direction the other way. And if you have a towel, a strap, anything you can to stretch, you can use nothing at all. You're going to take your stretch now. You're going to bring both feet into the straps and get your heels higher than your toes and take a nice stretch here. Release your left foot from the strap, point it on the way down, flex it when it gets there. Your left knee should face the ceiling. Pull your right toes toward your left shoulder. Cross your body, IT band stretch. We're not doing this. It's an IT band stretch. It's just a couple of inches. And turn your toes out to the right if you need to feel the stretch a little more. Most people don't. It's a very tight stretch. And then outside toward your right shoulder now. Try not to let your toes hit the ground. You want them coming closer toward your right shoulder to get the stretch. Inhale, exhale. Back to center, switch the foot that's in the strap. Point your toe on the way down, flex it when it gets there. Pull those toes toward your nose. Now across your body, just a couple of inches. It's an IT band stretch. It's not a twist stretch. Pull those toes right toward your right shoulder. You can turn your toes out to the left for a deeper stretch. Again, most people don't need a deeper stretch for their IT band. It's tight on almost everyone. And then out to the side toward your ear, not toward the ground. So not this. We're stretching our leg, not our hip. You're pulling those toes toward your ear. Inhale, exhale. And then back to center, pressing that heel up to the ceiling. Heels are super high. And knees come into chest. Take that strap, just place it to the side. Rock and roll up. Giving yourself a nice little massage on your back there. And then just sit cross-legged. Take a deep breath, inhale. We actually did a lot of oblique work today, so we're gonna stretch out those obliques. You're gonna put your left hand down and hinge to the left. Now grow taller. A lot of people kind of collapse like this. I want you to think of getting taller, so press away from the ground to create some opposition, and then hinge to the left, look under your bicep. Both hips stay on the ground, don't let this hip come up like this. Stretching out that oblique. Maybe you're flexible, your left elbow can come down. Back to center. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, exhale.
Stack that shoulder so we're not coming like this. All right, so if you're here but low, it's better to be here, higher, but straighter. Back to center, interlace your fingertips, press the air away from you, round your back, pull your belly into your spine, and then lift those arms up, shoulders shrug into ears. Exhale, breathe out, and you have made it. Thank you so much for watching. This video will be on Facebook and YouTube and on Instagram Live for just 24 hours. Thanks for watching.